Joe Biden came out and said that he believes he is still a transitional president. He said early on that he was going to be a one-term president and that he was a transitional president to the future of the party. Well, with Donald Trump running again, he said that he's going to run again against Donald Trump because he thinks he can beat Donald Trump. And that's true. He beat him once before. I think he can beat him again. But I think he is still a transitional president. After Joe Biden, I do not expect there to be another baby boomer or silent generation candidate out of the Democratic Party, at least for president. I mean, if there is a baby boomer candidate, they would be on the very young side, but that still puts them in their early 60s. I think you are going to see a transition to very young baby boomers, Gen X, and then on to the millennials in very short order. And they're going to be shifting younger. And on top of that, switching away from Joe Biden now is a bad idea. Let Joe Biden finish and win. As I've said in numerous videos, after he wins, let him get as much as he wants done in the first part of his second term. And at some point, if at any point during his term he decides to step down, we have Kamala Harris who can step up and run the country. She would do a phenomenal job as president. And what a better way to be a transitional president than to hand off the presidency to the first female president in our country. That would be an amazing way to transition into the future of this country. And on top of that, you have the Trump campaign coming out and cheering and saying that it's a good thing that these Democrats are calling for Joe to step down and that they're agreeing with him that Joe should step out of the race. Well, why would the Trump campaign agree that Joe should step out of the race if Joe was such a bad candidate? Why? Because they can't beat Joe Biden. The Trump campaign wants Joe Biden to step out because they know the chaos that would ensue from Joe Biden stepping out of the race would help them win. If we want to beat Donald Trump in November, we need Joe at the top of the ticket. Let him win. Let him get whatever he wants to get done after he takes the oath of office. And at any point during his presidency, if he steps down, let him transition over to Kamala Harris. Let her run the country for the remainder of his term. And we move on. And I'm going to keep making this video, as often as I feel it's necessary until people quit saying Joe Biden needs to be replaced at the top of the ticket just because he had one bad debate performance. Joe Biden came right back out after that debate, had an amazing rally. He looked good. Joe Biden needs to be at the top of the ticket. Let him finish the job and then transition to Kamala.